The Bears neuter Shadur in the dog pound. Notre Dame misses the playoffs. All on Claws and Clovers right now.
From the 22 on first down, Williams on the roll, directing traffic to the end zone. He throws and it's DJ Moore, his second of the day. Chicago cashes in immediately from 22.
On Monday,
Peyton cut inside him. Peyton with running room out the right side and now forced out by Lee. Picked up about 5 and Lee drove Peyton.
Ball is long gone. What is this? Wow, man, that's ridiculous. He should be out of the game.
Welcome to Claws and Clovers. My name is JP. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button below for more content. Also, if you're following me on TikTok, also switch over to YouTube, Powerbomb Podcast, and follow your boy there. Let's get into what was a dominant victory yesterday by the Chicago Bears after they defeated the Cleveland Browns. Let's see. The Lions handled the Browns. The Vikings handled the Browns. The Bears handled the Browns. Oh, but wait. Didn't Green Bay lose to the Browns? And don't give me this crap that you lost to Joe Flacco, who's like 40-something years old. Okay? I don't want to hear that excuse because we also beat him when he played for the Bengals and had more weapons. So that's not an excuse for the Green Bay Packers. Also, if you saw those clips, besides that amazing touchdown by Caleb Williams to DJ Moore, I put 2 clips up. One of Walter Payton getting run into a bench, which was a dirty hit by those cheeseheads up in Green Bay. And then another one to Jim McMahon after he threw an interception. Charles Martin dumped him on his shoulder. And why do I play those clips? Because I don't give a flying fuck that Micah Parsons tore his ACL. I don't care. And you can say that's hate speak. You can say whatever you want. But the fact of the matter is this. Charles Martin dumped our quarterback on his shoulder well after a play, so any injury that happens to the Green Bay Packers is well fucking deserved. Anything that happens to the Packers that causes them pain and anguish, I just think of Charles Martin, and I say, fuck you, Green Bay, and I can't wait to see them Saturday night so we can put a nail in their fucking coffin and send Jordan Love home for the season. Alright? I have no sympathy whatsoever for Micah Parsons tearing his fucking ACL. Zero. So let's get into this game yesterday against the Cleveland Browns. And there were people saying Shadur was going to outplay Caleb Williams. Please stop. Please stop. Shadur looked god-awful. And we're going to get into that Bears defense against the Browns. But right now, I want to talk about that Bears offense because that's what I think we can expect going forward for this Chicago Bears team. And that Cleveland Browns defense is actually a top 5 unit getting after the pass rusher with Myles Garrett. So this defense is nothing to sneeze at, and Caleb Williams absolutely shredded them. So here we go. Caleb Williams had 2 touchdown passes, and one of them was an absolute insane throw. And yes, it's that no, yes type of throw where he hit DJ Moore in one hell of a spot in the end zone between 2 corners. I thought it got picked. But the way DJ Moore caught that ball, how cold it was, he just caught it and he's just like, yep, that's me. That's what I do. Absolutely phenomenal. This was Caleb Williams' best game by far since that Dallas game. When Caleb diced up that Dallas team, this was the second game like that. And also the game against the Steelers, Caleb played a pretty damn good game too. So that was phenomenal. DJ Moore, have yourself a game, dude. 2 touchdown passes. DJ Moore has owned the AFC North. He had a great game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He had a good game against the Cincinnati Bengals. He had a great game against the Browns. And he had a good game. Actually, I don't know if he had a good game against the Ravens. But he did have an amazing catch against the Ravens where Caleb Williams was dodging tacklers. And he threw an amazing ball to DJ Moore, who caught it and got us to the goal line. So a hell of a job by DJ Moore against the AFC North. And I think this is going to be momentum going into the Packer game. I really do. I think Caleb and DJ Moore are going to get on the right page. And I think you're going to see more of that in this game against the Packers. Swift had 2 touchdowns. That running duo of Monangai and Swift is just, it's a beautiful thing to watch. And you have to give credit to the offensive line. This is an offensive line, if I'm the NFC, I don't want to see. Because they take pride in just being physical. They just take pride in being a physical unit between Tony, Dahlman, Jackson, Wright. They are bullying people off the football, and they held Myles Garrett in check. Yeah, Myles Garrett got 1.5 sacks yesterday. I get it. But they did a phenomenal job on Myles Garrett, and they did a phenomenal job on Micah Parsons. So that offensive line is just absolutely road grading people, and it is beautiful to see because the offensive line in Chicago, if we remember, has always been one of our biggest things. Oh, if Justin Fields had an offensive line. Oh, if Mitch Trubisky had an offensive line. Well, guess what? Caleb Williams has that offensive line, and he is doing wonders with it. He played a phenomenal game yesterday, just an absolute phenomenal game. Let's shout out the Bears defense yesterday. Jackson with an interception. Jalen Johnson with an interception, although that was more of a drop ball by Jerry Jeudy that landed right in Jalen Johnson's arms. But that's here nor there. And then C.J. Johnson with an absolute amazing interception as well. The defense absolutely got after Shedeur Sanders. Dennis Allen cooked some things up, brought some blitzes, got some interceptions, got some sacks. There should have been a fumble recovery, but they called it down by contact, which I thought was a stupid call. But all in all, this Chicago Bear defense was absolutely dominant against a Browns team that just does not look good. And obviously, Shedeur Sanders is going to get to play out the rest of this season as a starting quarterback, but he did not do himself any favors yesterday. 3 picks, 5 sacks, not the greatest day for Shedeur Sanders. But now we get into what's coming up, and that's Saturday night, prime time, the Chicago Bears against the Green Bay Packers, round 2. And the Bears, they just missed it. They just missed it in Lambeau. Caleb underthrew a ball that he should have put more air under it because Cole Kmet was wide open in that end zone. The Bears should have ended up scoring, and I think they would have went for 2, and I think the Bears would end up either winning with that 2-point conversion or they would have lost. But I think the Bears really had a chance to win that football game against the Green Bay Packers. And I got news for you. If you think they're going to start slow again, I need to prescribe with whatever drugs you're taking, because this Bears team they have a vendetta, and they know that they can beat Green Bay, and I think they're going to get it done. And the lack of Micah Parsons' presence is definitely going to be felt, because now Caleb doesn't really have to worry about Micah Parsons trying to chase him down, although Micah didn't really sniff him in the first game either. But this Bears team is hungry. You go to the locker room and you listen to Ben Johnson in the post game. He was all about on to Green Bay. He's hungry for this. He wants this. You better believe he's going to have a play game. He's going to have a plan dialed up, ready to go, and I think he's going to pants Matt LaFleur. I really do. I think the Chicago Bears team is for real, and I think we can start believing in this. Caleb is going to play a whole lot better than he did the first time at Lambeau. He's taken that as a personal failure. He's going to come out ready to go in this one. Him and DJ Moore, I think, are going to link up. I expect a big game out of DJ Moore. We'll see what happens with Luther Burden, who did hurt his ankle. But I definitely think Caleb Williams is going to take that as a personal vendetta, and he's going to get right after the Green Bay Packers in this one. Obviously, no Micah Parsons with the ACL tear. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, Charles Martin injured Jim McMahon way after a play. Dirtiest hit in NFL history. Also tried to break friggin' Walter Payton by throwing him into a bench in 1985. So, once again, no love lost here. I have no sympathy for Micah Parsons. Fuck the Packers. Christian Watson also, his availability might be a little questionable after he landed on his chest. Also, this dude is injury prone, so I would not be surprised if he tries to go this week and then just ends up getting hurt again, because he's fragile as glass. He's fragile as glass. Looks like we got some good news. Tremaine Edmonds is practicing, so we will see if he's going to be good to go this Saturday versus the Packers, but everything looks like it's heading in the upwards direction for him. Rome is going to be out. The walkthroughs. What are we doing in walkthroughs with this team? Like, what are we doing in the walkthroughs that we lose Kyler Gordon in a walkthrough last week, and now we lose Rome Odunze in a walkthrough? So I don't know if he's going to be good to go or if we're going to put him on an extended rest period, but we will see. But the keys to this game against the Packers is, one, we're going to run the ball right down their fucking throat. Okay? They don't have Micah Parsons. So the Bears are going to run the ball right down their throat. They're going to control the clock. I expect our tight ends to feast between Loveland and Cole Kmet. They're going to feast. DJ Moore, I expect him to have a big game. And I expect some takeaways from this Bears defense because with Christian Watson having some limitations, you need Jaden Reed to win. And Jalen Johnson looked a lot better than he looked week 1, and he's just going to keep getting better. This defense is going to keep getting better. Al Harris is definitely going to have these guys ready to go. Dennis Allen's going to have a game plan for Jordan Love. I do not expect there to be the deep balls like we saw the last game, because with good defensive coordinators, you figure that out. So I expect him to have a good game plan going into this one against the Green Bay Packers. And I expect the Bears to win this game 31-20. I think the Bears are going to come out frothing at the mouth, and they're going to be ready to go because they also know the key is to get to 11 wins. And I think this Bears team can beat this Packers team. I really do. Micah going down hurts the Packers' chances, and now Christian Watson and a couple other players actually got hurt in the Broncos game for the Packers. So I don't know what they're going to be rolling into, but I know the Bears are getting healthier, and the Packers are starting to get a little depleted. So this is a huge game for the Bears. It would be a great Christmas present to knock off the Green Bay Packers in Soldier Field. Lot of 2018 feelings going on here for the Bears. So I expect Caleb to ball out in this one. I really do. I think he's going to take that first game as like a freaking okay. We had him, and I think they want him home, and they want to finish this. They want to finish this going forward. But now let's get into the travesty that is the college football playoff. Notre Dame's not in. All right, I'll swallow that pill. Miami got in. They deserved it. They beat us head-to-head. I'll give them that. But if you think James Madison and Tulane are good options, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're thinking. James Madison is going to get rolled by Oregon, and it's not even going to be close. And then Tulane is going to get rolled by Ole Miss. At the end of the day, Notre Dame should be in over Alabama. Alabama, you had 3 losses. And this BS crap, we're not going to punish you for playing in a conference championship game. Alabama has looked like dog shit for the month of November. Okay? They had a freaking bad loss to, who the hell did they lose to? It doesn't matter, but they lost. And then they struggled against Auburn. And then they freaking go to the conference title game, and then they get dog walked by Georgia. So Alabama should not be in the college football playoff. They shouldn't. And Miami is about to get boat raced by Texas A&M. So Notre Dame got screwed, and now Jeremiah Love didn't win the Heisman. Fine, whatever. Mendoza wins it for Indiana, although I don't think he's that great anyways. It's a nice story for Indiana, though. First ever Heisman Trophy winner. First ever number 1 seed overall in the college football playoff. All I have to say to Indiana is get it done. Just get it done. You ran the table. You went 12-0. You beat Ohio State in the conference championship game. Now go finish your business. All right, Indiana? Go finish this story. Win your national championship. And let's go. All right, don't stub your toe against any of those teams. You've proven you could go head-to-head with Ohio State and win. So now go finish it and win the damn national championship already, all right? I'm on Team Indiana. I want them to win it. They should win it. I want them to win it. Notre Dame going forward, apparently if they're a top 12 team next year, they automatically get a bid. I don't care what you people think. I don't care. Notre Dame doesn't deserve to have an automatic bid. Notre Dame shouldn't be independent anymore. Notre Dame should play in a conference. Well, if you know the story about Notre Dame, they actually tried to join the Big Ten back in the 1900s, and the Big Ten scoffed at them and said, nah, we don't want you. So Notre Dame played teams like Navy and Army, and they kept the traditions going because it's the right thing to do. They paid it back to the schools that helped them get on the map, and that was Navy and Army. And anybody that bitches and complains that, oh, Notre Dame had such an easy schedule, they play Navy, they play Army. Army and Navy helped us out. The Big Ten didn't want us. So why the fuck should Notre Dame have to join a fucking conference? We tried to join the conference friggin' decades ago. They didn't want us. And now all of a sudden, because we're Notre Dame, you want us in the conference? Fuck you. We're independent. We're going to be independent. And I got news for you. Notre Dame's going to run the table next year, and they're going to get to the Natty, and they're probably going to win it. Now, we're not going to have Jeremiah Love. I get it. But C.J. Carr will be a sophomore. He will have a full season under his belt. Notre Dame's defense is going to be coming up strong. We got a strong recruiting class. The offensive line is the offensive line. Notre Dame always gets good offensive linemen. So, yeah, go ahead. Keep poking Notre Dame. Keep prodding them. Keep, saying how soft our schedule is. When we beat your ass next season, don't come crying that it's a soft schedule. All right? And like always, this is Claws and Clovers. I'm JP. And as always, bear down and go Irish.